Hey everybody, how you doing today? It's your boy Double Jesus. I'm coming at you with my beta review of Marvel's Avengers. Uh, I struggled to call it a beta because it was more like a demo. Mostly it was looked like it was just a slice of what we saw on the trailer for the game. Essentially, it was that with a small amount of campaign added on and a handful of missions. So let's overview. We'll get this out of the way first off and foremost. This is a beta. Obviously, this is not supposed to be. What's the word I'm looking for? This isn't supposed to be representative of gameplay footage in its current build. But this better be an old build. I heard rumors it was an old build. People on Steam are saying that with no links to any sort of official sources. So I question that at the very least. I definitely question that. And then we're looking at. So essentially, what we're looking at here is an hour's worth of campaign currently, showing only two characters. The demo we were shown is essentially the opening sequence for the game. That's done. That was really well done. You could tell that was obviously a very fleshed out part of the game, as it was what they used to show the public the finished product of the game, or to try to sell the product. So onto the meat of it. I'll say first off and foremost, I had fun playing the game. Gameplay itself is good. There's good gameplay there, and we'll get that out of the way. Gameplay was fun. It ran like shit. Absolute garbage. For most people. People with high-end systems didn't have that problem. A lot of RAM, high-end processor, RTX video card, like a 2K series. You'll run the game at 1920 by 1080, 60 FPS easily. At Ultra, you could probably push it for higher FPS. At 2K settings, you can pretty well run the game. You start trying to run 4K over 60, over 30, you start having issues. And we'll kind of just forgive that because it's a beta. Now onto the demo itself. There was about 12 missions. 3 of them are the same mission repeatedly with different enemies. There's no loot drops, no boxes on the mission. Essentially, the only reason to do the missions was because at the end of the mission, they dropped comics, which give you account-wide set bonuses, very small incremental bonuses. Think of like the little perks from Borderlands or whatever that you unlock, like kind of like the legacy perks or whatever. Just small little buffs overall to your account. That's what the comic books do. I tried collecting them all, but I ran into a bug where I wasn't getting a comic book every time I did the mission, and it was just too time-consuming considering how many comics I had left to collect before the beta ended. Mostly I just tried to work on high-end item farming in the game. The beta itself was cut off, so supposedly this is an old slice of the game. I'll tirade about that later and talk about game systems. We were capped at level 15. Supposedly that's supposed to be higher level. There's supposed to be 3 skill trees. We were only shown 1 for each character. There was no respecking. So if you did not reset your game account from the beginning to replay, it was essentially a Path of Exile situation. You had to start the whole game over if you wanted to play a different skill specification for a character. Which is very poor. Poor for a beta. Which is, again, why I will continue to say this was not a beta. This was not a proper beta. This was not a beta. It was either a marketing ploy, which it was a very bad one, if that's the case, or they were using it to test specific systems, and they've already got most of the bug testing out of the way in the alpha. I don't think that's the case, however. I just think this was a bad move altogether. This beta release was a joke in almost every sense of it. I saw more people talking about refunding the game than talking about enjoying the game. Enjoying the game became a hot take in discussion. Believe it or not, guys, I might enjoy the game. And here's the thing, fellas. A lot of us enjoyed the game. But we can still be critical about what's wrong with the game. The gameplay was fun, sure. But what was there? Nothing. bugs. The power for your gear and your character was capped out at 45. The way gear works is they have power on them. It's essentially equivalent to item level. The gear has power on it, and as the power goes up on the items, your average overall character power level goes up. You have 6 gear slots plus a account-wide gear slot, which we were not given any gear for. There's a major and then 2 minor artifact slots, and then 4 gear slots for each character. They all have their own unique gear. And then, as I said, the 1 account-wide major artifact slot, which we were not given. If you got gear, the way that gear works is it drops with 1 perk on them. Green or common gear, the white gear that everyone knows from RPGs, has no perks on them at all, and very small stat boosts. Green gear will have 1 perk on them and can be upgraded 5 power. So you get resources in the game, and currently in the beta, at least, you use 12 of different resources to upgrade the different types of gear. The upgrade resource type is the same across all characters, even though the items are different. So they are shared amongst all characters, so keep that in mind. But if you got an item, so Epic and Blue items have 3 perk slots on them. What ended up happening is when I got over 40 power with Hulk, 45 is the cap, I would start getting items that I couldn't unlock the perks. I would just get them at power 45, and I can't upgrade them anymore. Essentially, there was a clamp. As the items got closer, because legendary items have 10 upgrades, or like 20 upgrades or something ridiculous, like a 15 or something. It's a lot. Epic have 10. The uncommon, the blue, have 5, and then green ones have 3 power upgrades you can use on them. And then the whites can't be upgraded. Or if they can, why would you waste your materials on them? I don't recall because I never tried. Essentially just disassemble them, which you can disassemble gear. It gives you very small amounts of the resource depending on what it is. So if you dumped like 120 of these nanites into a piece of gear to upgrade it, and then the next day you got an upgrade, you disassemble that old epic piece of gear, you're going to get like 3 nanites out of those 120 that you sunk into it. So there's no scaling disenchanting costs or disassembling costs for the items. So that's items out of the way. I couldn't test endgame because as I'm getting up to, because there's so many game systems I have to talk about. Essentially, I couldn't unlock perks on items because you need to be able to upgrade their power to unlock perk slots besides the first one on the higher tier items. And I was essentially getting items at the power cap, level 45, and I couldn't upgrade them any further. So I don't know if that's an issue in the full game. I guess we'll find out pretty quickly. I'm assuming it's taken care of, but who knows? Because apparently we weren't even playing a real version of the game. So that's that out of the way. Skills are very lackluster. You're essentially pigeonholed into selecting certain builds for certain characters, at least with what one skill tree we have right now. It's like, yeah, you can go melee on Black Widow, but most of her skill tree has stuff for ranged. So it's like, at some point, you're going to have to do some ranged things, so you're at least going to be a hybrid character. And then a lot of the things overlap in the skill tree. So you have a power attack you can use when you dodge, or a light attack you can use when you dodge. You can't use those together. So that's essentially 2 skill points that one of them is wasted, technically. Even though you're giving yourself options. So that's that. No respecking in beta. No vendors in beta. No way to test out endgame or the beta endgame gear because of the way the power clamp worked. So I couldn't, once I finally got to the high level with Hulk, I couldn't start testing out gear procs and stuff like that. I couldn't start saying, oh, well, what if I do a full might build? What if I do a full this build? I could do a full stat build, but then my perks would be off. So I'm not really getting like the full experience. Does my full health build do good damage because of just perks and the rage skills? I don't know. I can't test it because the game's broken. This beta or demo or shard of the original game, whatever the hell you want to call this marketing stunt or whatever it is, piece of crap, really. It was just poor. It was just poor. Computer falling asleep. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the recording. We'll see. And that's it. What other complaints do I have? I've already got the good things out of the way. Game was fun. There you go. It looked pretty nice, but it was more of a trade-off than you'd like. I've seen games that look nicer with a lot less going on back end, a lot less system resources being used, a lot less required power. Particle spam is huge. If you use the Black Widow dual submachine guns point blank on something, you will see nothing but particle spam for the most part. It will completely fill your screen. It's actually insane. I'm sure I have some videos of it somewhere. I'll post some gameplay footage videos of Black Widow to show that. Or maybe put together another complaint video actually showing the things that I'm talking about here. So what are my thoughts on the game overall? Should you buy the game? No, I wouldn't buy the game. I would refund the game, but I got it through the Square Enix store and I can't. So thanks Square Enix for being so customer friendly. In the future, maybe it might be worth it. Who is handling the PC game right now? And this is all for PC. I foresee console doing just fine. Maybe a day one patch on console, but no, the console's gonna be fine. It seems like that's usually the priority for these game manufacturers if they're not PC only, which is why us PC gamers and value our indie developers so much. Because, you know, they actually make games for us. Yeah, it's quite poor on PC. If you don't have a console, I would wait till it came out to really see what the real game is. Because if this is the real game, don't buy it. God no. Don't pay for another Anthem. Don't pay for another Metal Gear Survive. Don't pay for another Insurgency Sandstorm. The game is not done if this is the game. If it's not the game, then why the hell am I testing not the game? That's a joke. This is not a beta test. This is not the game that's going to be released, and if it is, it's a joke. Either way, the whole thing is a joke. Other than the game being okay, there's a core there. So if the body outside of the skeleton isn't just fat and flabby and stupid and worthless, the game will be good. That's my guess. There are some things that might bother you personally. If you have more attachment to the characters or the tropes of these characters than you do for just playing a fun game. Like if watching Hulk constantly dodge bothers you, you're not gonna like this game. Me personally, I'm a gamer first and a fan of things second, if at all. And so I understand that there needs to be unified system mechanics, but I also do understand that there are things that they could do for this. So hopefully that changes. Otherwise, don't go into it too much worrying about your immersion in the characters. Like, if you want to be Hulk and take a lot of damage, you're probably going to have to try a full health build, but I wasn't able to test it, unfortunately, because this beta was buggy, and incomplete and unplayable, essentially. Can't respec, can't use high-end gear. Mostly, I got people in the community on Steam discussion, why are you just doing this in the game, weren't you? Like, I had fun with the game. I went through the fucking hour of story. What more do you want me to do but min-max my gear? There's always going to be people that are trying to get the top. There's always going to be people that are trying to be first. There's always going to be people that are trying to get the most out of the systems in the game, exploit the systems in the game, abuse the system in the game for their benefit. That's always going to happen, and we shouldn't admonish people for doing that, because these people are going to find things that are wrong with this game well before it becomes an issue for the major portion of the game. So while these high-end min-maxers and high-end players... Quiet. While these high-end players are going to be pushing the envelope and suffering these bugs, the casual player is not going to feel most of these effects, as they will most likely be fixed before they even touch that portion of the game. Because they're, you know, too busy sitting in voice chat in the lobby talking to people, or whatever the case. I'm not gonna hate on anyone's playstyle in the game. As long as you're having fun, that's the whole point of the game. And we need to really come around to that as a gaming community in general. Objectively look at a game, not as a fan of the franchise, or not as a fan of a previous version of this game. I see so many people looking for, you know, Marvel Alliance 3 or whatever. Sorry, I didn't play that game. You can be mad at me if you want. I haven't been a console player for decades now. Yeah, I never played Ultimate Alliance, and I'm not looking for Ultimate Alliance in this game. I seen that as the top-down kind of Diablo-esque team shooter. It's like Gauntlet with superheroes, right? Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I played that game before. It was called Gauntlet when I was a kid. It's cool. Um, RPG Gauntlet. Yeah, I don't think we need to. We need to just enjoy the games, and we need gameplay. We need good gameplay again in games as a community. I'm I'm sick of these AAA games trying to think that their game looking good is what's most important, or pushing the envelope. Uh, you know, gameplay is first and foremost. User experience is first and foremost. Those are the things that are going to bring players into the game. And if this game's going to succeed, you need to bring players in. It's a multiplayer experience. And from what I played, the multiplayer experience is fun. Are there issues with it? Yeah. There's not even an indicator to show you where your teammates are. If you want to see that, there's like a button on your keyboard or controller you have to press repeatedly to see where your teammates are. Bad. But I don't know if that's in the new game, because apparently this isn't even the real beta. This isn't even the real game. So who knows? Are you a developer of the game? Is this the real game? Why is this not the real game? Why aren't we actually testing your game? Was this just a handed down on high, or are we keeping things hidden? What's going on here? Why are we calling this a beta test? Why don't we call it the preview weekend if this is an old build of the game? You should know as well as I do that beta testing an old build of the game is practically fucking useless. I'm not even a fucking coder, and you should really understand that if you are a coder. It's just unacceptable. $80 fucking game, and there's nothing here. 12 missions, 3 of which are a joke. One of which is shorter than the joke. Still kind of fun to farm quick gear and stuff like that, actually. So that's okay. I like really short missions. There's some really long missions. You can take some of the really long missions and make it really short. Another complaint. Jarvis is annoying. Did anyone play Metal Gear Survive? Does anyone remember when everyone complained about UI elements nagging them in that game? This game does that too. Jarvis will annoy the ever-loving out of you to go do objectives. There's no timer forcing you to go do this thing, so it is this artificially created sense of urgency in a game that is trying to get you to explore. There are secrets out in these what little open world areas there are in this game. There are secrets out there. There's chests. There's people that you can save for no fucking reason that I can tell. And the game constantly nags you to not do that, to go do the objective. Oh, well, if you hurry to the objective, I can stop jacking off all day, sir. Like, dude, Jarvis, shut up. All right? There's no timer. There's no nuke going on. This is a video game. I'm going to go explore. I want more loot. I want more gear. I want more experience. I don't give a hell about the missions. When I do care about the missions, then yeah, when the mission itself creates a sense of urgency in me that isn't actually present in the mission, that's when you're doing your job. When you have a nagging voice in my ear annoying me while I'm trying to explore and see all of the things that your level designers put in your game, that is not how you do it. That is not a good user experience. It's annoying. I already have a marker on my map that shows me where to go for my objective. Do you think that I'm so daft that I don't understand that I have an objective on this mission? Do you think I was under the impression that I was placed on this small forest to just look around? No, that's not the case. Overall, don't buy this game unless it's good, unless this isn't the real game, in which case maybe you don't want to support these people anyways. I could see that. I can't get a refund, so I'm gonna try and enjoy this game as best I can. And I got a kid yelling daddy at me. So we're gonna leave this at that. See what this kid wants. Please like, please subscribe. Trying to put out more videos, trying to put things out that I'm passionate about. I'm not just trying to put out videos for video's sake. I want to put out videos that I actually enjoy what I'm talking about, enjoy the things I'm talking about, and I want to have discussion about. I definitely want to talk about this. If you want to talk about this, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Is there issues? Are you tired of that clicking noise from my computer? Hey, me too. When I get some more money and I can take care of that problem, I most definitely will. Until that point, unfortunately, there will be a clicking thing in my microphone. I think it's from the closed loop cooler on my computer. That's what I get for having it be one of the few things I skimped on the computer. Should have got a Noctua. I know, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I got a couple new subscribers in the last week, and for someone that's up and coming, that means a lot to me. So I really appreciate, that you took the small amount of time out of your day to hit that button. Even if it was just for charity, I appreciate that even more. I myself will go out of my way to do things for people because I feel they deserve it. Uh, just that little bit of support from me, it means all over the world. So every subscribe, it does mean a difference to me. I see it there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, even if it's just token, for seeing the effort that I'm putting out there, I appreciate it. I really do. Um, I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy making videos, and I love video games. And this is something I really want to do. And so I'm trying to do this before I have to go back to work. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can still keep doing this even if I do have to keep going back to work because I do enjoy this. And I want to keep finding things to talk about and things that other people are passionate to talk about, like-minded people. So, let me know what you think. Peace out.